Now let's talk about Dissolution. Tell me about that. Where did that come from? What sparked that book?
That book was sparked at the Tor Forge offices in New York City. Prehistory, the writing was pretty much on the wall. Society was changing. People were no longer interested in North American archaeological culture. Sales were dropping. So our publisher, Tom Doherty, and his associate publisher, Linda Clinton, sat us down. They had this beautiful office in the Flatiron building, which is no longer there. It's a damn shame. And they said, we don't think that we're using your strongest suits well. And what we would like you to do is write an apocalyptic novel that's kind of based along the same line as William Fortune's 1 Second After, but with an anthropological perspective to it. And Kathy and I said, sure. So we, on the airplane back from New York, this was during Thriller Fest, on the airplane back from New York, we started plotting out, saying, well, okay, what's going to happen? Well, EMP has been used. We have to do something different. So we always use our expertise and pick up our phone and call someone who knows something about it when we don't. And so we asked a friend of ours who is a bank examiner, who said, what would happen if somebody
hacked the American banking system
and just collapsed it overnight? And so
he said, here's how you do it. And we said, oh my God.
He says, this is
it's that easy?
This is what scares them to death. And he says, eventually the day will come. He says, you don't have to,
don't attack the big guys.
No, all you have to do is corrupt the accounts. And if 10% of the accounts are corrupted and unreliable, it's going to shut down credit across the country within 3 or 4 hours. And if you do this strategically, like before Memorial Day weekend, which is what happens at Dissolution, what you're going to end up having is 3 days while they try and go and reset, because banks they've kind of planned for this, but not on this scale. And especially with the advances in computing that we have now with qubit computers. And so that was the setup. We had an archaeological field crew. They were going to go up in the mountains, do some of the high altitude mountain Shoshone archaeology, which is quite the rage in our part of the world. And things just fall apart from there. So it's good for us because we were able to set a book in modern Wyoming for once, and we still are able to use our archaeological background as well as our understanding of the collapse of cultures and what happens in the society. How do you save any hint of civilization? So unfortunately, the Front Range in Colorado doesn't come off too well because the Wyoming governor just shuts it off and says, hey, we have energy, we have food, we have all of these resources. We can feed our 500,000 people. So what choice do you make after that?